I figured it would be best for me to record as soon as I joined, and given that there's something at the very top of the screen, I think I was right. Oh no. What is this? Why is it shooting snowballs? What are you doing here? Oh no. Did they? Oh no! They did everything? Ruh-roh, you, sir, are a menace. Well, I guess welcome back to another episode on the Create-O-Holics server, and I should probably change how I'm saying that. Welcome back to the very final episode on the Create-O-Holics Season 1 server. What a crazy thing to say. It has been pretty much a year since we started this world, started this build. That clock tower is half loaded in. There we go, it finished. And we have made a ton of progress. And today is the final day, final video. I'm honestly kind of excited for finishing off my first ever SMP that I've ever been on in my life. So I appreciate you all joining me for this journey. There will be many more to come, but we have a lot of work still left to do. As you can see behind me, there is a bunch of snow golems now. That's a new thing. But bonus to that, there's still fire about, which isn't really a problem in and of itself, but I think it is more of a problem to do with the things that I still have yet to finish, which is just kind of everything. First of all, everyone's bases. I finished up in the last episode the train track that leads all the way over there. This, however, is not helpful unless we have trains, which we don't have. Currently, I just have a thingy all in the walls. That is not very helpful for anyone. And we don't have any passenger trains. We don't have any way to get to other people's bases other than really flying with elytras. And more so, I have a stupid flower farm in the middle of the world with nothing on it, and it's not pretty looking. It's ugly. Oh, and I suppose also we have a big salt shaker in the middle of the sky. I guess that's what the snow is supposed to be, because snails don't like salt. That makes sense. But it's making our base look ugly and shadowy, and I'm not a fan of that. We also need to now get rid of about 40 gallons of snow, so that's a problem. But I think the first thing we need to do is fix our flower farm. And I'll give you a little movie magic secret. I've already built it, and I recorded this whole intro before, but I was only recording the top left-hand side of my screen. So you're gonna need to cut me some slack in the next few clips. You're only gonna see the top left of the screen. I tried to make it as enjoyable as possible, but again, you're only seeing the top left of the screen. So I guess let's get to building our new flower farm. The flower farm was already there. That has been there for forever. Picturing this old guy living far away from the city. He doesn't like people. He's pre the solar punk era. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want it. He wants something way more chill, way more relaxing, way more cottage, quaint, chill. And then a little pathway down to the rest of our base with the connecty bits, because he still needs to buy groceries in this city square and go on the train and all that stuff. So that's what I'm picturing here. I don't even know what block palette I'm using. Let's just hit our buttons and see what we want to build with. Honestly thinking, some spruce. And maybe that's just the snowy tundra that's calling to me, but I feel like it could look pretty cool if we were repping some spruce here. It's just a totally different vibe than the one that we have over there. But maybe it's closer to my one block world, and that's why I want to do it. You know what? I've had a brain blast. Instead of just doing normal square, why don't we give ourselves a challenge that is a billion times harder and make curvy circle? Ooh, and now that we have this up, I'm thinking instead of doing a whole bunch of work with building the other 3 sides of this house, why don't we just make it a little hobbit house hole in the house at the front of the house, with the house being a hobbit hole, and then we don't have to do any real work. This is what? What? It's daytime. Who are you? I hope you burn. May God greet you. Wait, may you meet turn into grass. Thank you. As I was saying, make it a hobbit hole. Don't need to do any of the other bits of the wall. So let me get some of my 30 billion dirt, and we will make little archway. Dirt is now in. We have a little hut. Now we just need to do the front somehow. And I didn't really consider how I'm supposed to do this, because it's gonna look so uggo. It turns out that this looks bad. But we have finished up our build, and yeah, as you saw, the first attempt looked horrible. How did I get here? The first attempt looked horrible. I didn't even finish it because it was so bad. So instead, I cheated and looked up there's another one! I cheated and looked up a reference image to use as inspiration, and I kind of copied it a little bit. I would say a lot of it. Shout out whoever made it, I appreciate it. But we also made a pathway up to the thing. The pathway honestly looks kind of fire. And then we have our little hut thing. This is just a facade. It leads nowhere. And I didn't really notice it until I got a little bit further away, but this is just totally a fish. It is, I mean, this is, what's the fish that goes, what's that one? That carrot one that goes, oh, yeah, no, no, oh, it's that. That's a fish. I don't think I could have made something that was more of a fish than this. Like, this is the most fish building I've ever seen in my whole life. So if I ever make a fish farm in the next Create-O-Holics season, maybe this is going to be the shop for it. I'll just reuse this build because I can only see fish. It's such a fish. Up close though, you can't see the eyes on the sides, so it's just a normal building. And it looks pretty okay. But now that that's built, we can move on to the main part, probably, of the episode, which is trains. And I don't know why I went this way, because the trains need to be in here. But currently, we don't have any trains whatsoever. And a bonus little thing, I'm not good at building trains. And we have 2 people on the server who are actually really good at building trains, and they don't play anymore. Madden is, I think, on vacation right now, and he won't be back until after the server is done, and Bubby, I think, is building his own train world. So I'm the last hope, which is terrifying, because I don't even know, this is a coal car, and that's the front, and that's all I got. There are wheels on it. I think they're called bogies. I genuinely thought that everyone was making fun of boogers for the first like year and a half that I was playing the Create mod, calling them bogies. So that's as much as I know about trains as you would think I would know about trains. But I'm gonna give it a go, and I'm gonna be streaming it. I've already streamed it by the time this video is coming out, because that will be you're gonna see the final result of the stream. But I'm gonna be streaming it. If you don't know, I stream on Twitch. Kindle Bubble Dump is the username. Check it out. I try to do every Wednesday and Tuesday, but you know, who knows for sure when I'm actually going to be streaming. I do a bunch of different games other than Minecraft, as well as Minecraft. So yeah, check me out there. And that's going to be in a second. So I suppose let me stream, and then I'll get back to you on how good I built a train. The stream is now over, and I have built a train that looks actually pretty good. And before I tell you exactly how I built it, let me just show you it. Here it is, train. Not a lot of our normal colors. It's just kind of a black and white train, but I think the interior is actually pretty cool. So this is like the front bit. I think it's the locomotive. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's a little bit broken here. This may happen all the time. And then we go down here, and then we have our little carriages, cars, and they're all like seating, and we got Lego tracks and all that fun stuff. I think it turned out really, really nicely. I like the interior the most, I will say. And you're probably wondering, this train looks pretty familiar. And that is because it totally is. I stole it from Madden. Thank goodness, because I'll throw it on the screen right now. The first attempt at this. It was bad. It was disastrous, may I say. So this one's a little bit better and looks like a train. And we're going to plunk it down in our actual survival world. I'm in a single player world right now. But this is looking really sweet. Oh, I have infinite reach. That's okay. I already took a schematic of it. This is looking really sweet. Let's head into the Create-O-Holics world, and then we can get this in. Unfortunately, though, the first thing we need to do is get rid of all these other trains that are in the way. And yeah, that's on the other side of the track. Perfect. I'm gonna bring this back to Bubby's base, which is quite a bit away. That's where I was building our other test machine in our creative world. So I'm gonna bring this back there, have it parked up over there, and then we can get to, I guess, resource gathering for the new train that we're gonna be building. We also have our big old drill system that has gotta go. I'm actually gonna tear this down because hopefully we won't need it anymore ever. So I'm banking on that being the case, because this does take a while to build up. But I'm gonna bring it to our train station over in this area and tear it down. And with a quick disassembly, we can officially take this down. This is actually a gigantic drill system. And it's so overkill. Look at this absolute nightmare of glue that I now have to take apart from our drills. That is everything. These are the loot items that I need to get rid of now. With that now gone, we can get to resource gathering. I'm gonna gather way too many materials, since we're almost certainly gonna need to make like 4 to 8 times the amount of trains than just one. So this is gonna be quite the resource gathering montage. Hopefully replay mod works. It's always broken. If it does, enjoy the time lapse. We we have completed material gathering and cleaned up our base from all the snow and the big salt shaker in the sky. It's looking a lot better now, but I will say I do miss the snow, especially over here. I feel like it's a little bit more sad, but I feel like it fits the theme more now that there's no snow everywhere. And we have all the materials that we need, except for these Strofar trapdoors, because I think you need to go to the moon for them. I'm not doing that. So instead, I think we just build it up and then we'll put in some different trapdoors later. And of course, I'm just gonna be using a schematic because I can't be bothered building it myself. It takes forever to build. And this is now just a podcast with my two nose bridge pixels. So welcome to the Kindle podcast. Great to be here. I say we just get started on sending this out. I'm just confirming real quick. Yeah, I think we're all good. So without further ado, let's get back into a time lapse and build in our first passenger train on the Create-O-Holics server. It's a good thing we're doing this now because this season's gonna end soon. I don't know why we're doing it. It would have been nice if we had trains this whole time, but apparently not. That didn't take too long at all, and our train is now built. I want to just see what it looks like from over here. This actually looks like a train. We can hop right on, walk around. I need to get our trapdoors, but this actually looks really good. And I'm fairly confident everything is properly glued. We could just quickly look now, but yeah, it looks like it is. I say, let's just try to build it, see if anything goes wrong, and then we can drive it around. I think it's already going in the correct direction. In the place that I built this train stop, it's actually too far forward right now, but that's kind of okay. I think that's the right amount of bogies. It looks like the right amount anyway. We can climb up here, and let's say we move forward. I'm gonna move all fully out of the station real quick, just so we can confirm that nothing is missing. But it feels like it's working. So let's fly back. Yeah, there's no pieces left behind. Everything was glued together properly. Now I need to figure out where exactly to put our train station so that all of the cars can get accessed. I'm gonna quickly back up, do a little positioning, and see what's the best spot for our train to actually be sitting in. I think that's a pretty good spot. Let's replace our train station here, and I think I want it on this track here. Throw it over this way. Successfully bound a target, and then if we just bring our train up to the station, we have arrived, and this is where our train is going to be sitting. Oh, maybe 2 blocks forward. Our second attempt, I think that's perfect. I think that looks great. This is in a good spot as well. Yeah, very happy with that. Now, let's name this Escargaria Station South. Since this is heading southward, that makes sense to me. We can, I guess, go around and, oh, I need to do the same thing over on the other side. So where is this track actually placed? Okay, our train station this way has been moved. Let's head this way and just go to whatever next track it is. I have currently a train schedule here. I'm actually going to travel to station. I want Escargaria Station South. Here, we're going to, what conditions can we do? Ooh, train separation. I want it to be a minute behind any train. I hope this is an and. Okay, this looks right. So wait, we should up this to 30 seconds? 45 seconds, sure. And then a train separation of 2 minutes. I don't know what this means yet, but once we have that, we can continue going around. And I'm hoping that whatever the next train station we go to is, already has one built. How did I get onto the top of the train? How am I here? Yeah, how did I do that? Okay, hold on, get back in. This is dangerous. Oh no. But I'm pretty sure the next stop is going to be Bubby's base. He does already have a built train station. I don't know if he has the train station block in his area yet. So if he doesn't, we'll have to build one there. But I'm gonna go around and get all of the train stations going all of the different directions. And then I'm hoping by then we can get a loop going south, which is the direction we're going now, and then a loop going in the opposite direction, so north. And then once we have that, we can just put those on whatever trains we wish, and then we should be good. And once we got to Bubby's base, I started setting up the train stations and train schedules. We got one for going on the northbound loop and southbound loop, and then we went over to Hamilton, so Madden, Charlie, and Ross's base, where we did the exact same thing, setting up 2 sets sets of train stations for both of our train loops. I then put the train schedule in our train and it went off. I gotta be really careful now when I'm walking on these tracks because trains now are a thing and are scary. So we have one running around. It's going this way now. I'm thinking we build one for the other direction, and honestly, maybe we do 2 in this direction first, because if I'm building all of them on this set of train tracks, then I fear that if I send one to be automated, it'll crash into another one being built. So let's build 2 going on our northbound loop, which is the opposite way that which we built it first. And then we can work on building the ones going in the southbound loop. And then I think our trains will be good. Our next one's built up here. I haven't seen our other train come by, but I almost certainly could have missed it. Oh, here it is. Okay. It should stop, right? Where is bro going? I'm kind of worried that I messed up the schedule and these should be separate. Like this train separation should be below and not in conjunction with, because I think it's like counting as an or statement instead of an and statement. Okay. Oh, I went through both. Oh man, that would have been sick. I'm on the front. Oh dear. Oh, no. How did I get here? Oh, this is such a difficult issue. Oh, sit. Oh, he's gone. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, let's fix these right now. Okay, let's give them this now, and we'll hopefully see them stop at Bubby's base, wait 45 seconds, and then go. If that's happening, then we know it's working well. Okay, it didn't stop. That's okay. It may have reset and gone to Escargaria. We can still wait. That's fine. We should be coming back now. I'm hoping the train stops, because if it doesn't, I'm officially confused. It feels like it's slowing down. Nice! Okay, this means it's working. That also means in 45 seconds, when this train leaves, I can put our other train on this track, give it a schedule, and send it off. I suppose let's build this now. 7 bogies. I do believe our train is now working. Let's pick this bad boy up, plonk it over here, and then we should just be able to give this guy a schedule. And there we go. His is starting off now. Now I'm gonna quickly wait and see how long it takes once this train leaves for the other train to get back here, because then we'll know the split times between them. It probably takes like 10 minutes to get around the entire train loop. So I'm thinking we may need to add one more train in this section, just so it's like pretty consistent train arrivals. But we'll see. Once this one heads off, we'll definitely be able to tell. There we go. That one is off. Time to just sit and wait for our next one to arrive. And I was thinking, instead of just waiting to see how long it would take, why not get display links up? Because these things can tell us how long it actually takes for a train to arrive and come back. I put in a bunch of display links going in each direction, because I mean there's 2 tracks, and then I hook them up to the train stations. That then tells us how far away each train is, as well as if there's a train in the station when it is going to depart. And I think that combination of information really pulls this whole build together. We have our display links working now, and I've tried my best to separate out these trains to 2 and 6 minutes, which I think is actually a pretty good job. I'm already printing up another 3rd train because I feel like it makes sense that we have 3 trains here, and then our bottom display is whenever a train is here, it'll tell you how long until it leaves again. So I think that'll be a good combo, and it'll fill out these boards perfectly. Then all we have to do is do the exact same thing for the other side, and then I get to die. But I might as well get those display boards set up now while we're waiting. The display board technique that I'm using does require 4 display links total, since I'm using 2 boards and 2 display links per board. But other than the massive amount of waste that I'm producing, it actually seems like it's working pretty well. Plenty pleased with it. We just have to go back and forth quite a few times to get everything situated. 3rd train is sent off now, and I'm just looking at these display links and display boards to see if I've got the timings okay. If the passenger train here is set for 6 minutes when this next train arrives, I'm gonna delay it for like maybe a minute and then it should be good. But honestly, it looks like I've got this spot on. When this one arrives, we'll definitely see. Yeah, 30 seconds away. I want this next one to pop up. So if our passenger train pops up at 6 minutes, kind of as it leaves, then I think we're good. I'm really just banking on this to work. Okay, it's heading out. I need this to say 6 minutes. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. A 3-minute gap, a 4-minute gap, and then probably another 3-minute gap. If that's a 2-minute gap, then it might be a problem, but then I could just have this one sent out right away. But I think for now, that's actually really good. Let's get the other 3 trains set up over on the south side track. I'm hoping I have everything schematic wise to do these. I've like needed 1 or 2 items here and there, but otherwise it's actually been pretty good. So now all we need to do is that exact same thing that it's taken me 2.5 hours again. After a little bit more time, we have all 6 trains running continuously and they're all in. I say let's hop into one of these cars, take a quick cinematic tour with some shaders on, of course, just to see how it all looks. And I'm thinking we sit in this car. This is a cool one. We don't have these in America. The day I would have a table in my train. We just get loser trains. We have made a full loop, and I've obtained some rotten flesh in my journeys. There are so many mobs. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad this is all working. But there is one more thing I need to do, and it's fix the Hamiltonians bridge that Charlie made. Beautiful bridge, but it's currently floating, and then there's a bunch of netherrack holding it up, I think. And I don't want that to be the legacy of Create-O-Holics Season 1. So we gotta change it. And maybe I should have done this before trains started moving and being able to run me over. That may have been a smarter move, but intelligence is for losers. So let's just grab a bunch of andesite and hope that I can fit stuff under here without getting absolutely clobbered. I have added in a little bit of ground over here, and I have already gotten prepped up with the other side. My goal for this side is kind of just to keep it simple. I'm gonna be doing just your normal like train made bridge with like train underneath, but since we already have trains running, I just did that in a creative world. I hear zombies. I don't see any. I bet it's fine. Are they underground? Oh yeah, they are. Anyway, I did it in a creative world, and I'm gonna just throw it in with a schematic here. It's gonna look super basic, but it should make it look quite a bit better than whatever this garbage is right now. So I say we just get into it. I honestly don't even think it's worth the time lapse, so let's just skip to the end. And here we have our updated ramp with the train going across it. Perfect timing. It is so darn simple, but I think it turned out pretty well. And I suppose I've AFK'd the wheat here, so that it's officially grown instead of like little baby wheats. So that's good too. This has been very successful. I suppose let's do one quick final flyby of the entirety of Escargaria and maybe just the whole map in general to show you what we've accomplished in this season of Create-O-Holics. And oh boy, am I excited for the next one. I have already gotten a plan for the next base. I think we've chosen a seed as well, so that's going to be exciting. But honestly, I'm just excited about the next base that we're going to be making. It is probably going to be less limestoney than this one. At least I'm hoping. Probably more deep slate though, if that'll give you any indication of what we're looking at. But let's go over everything that we've built in this season, starting, I suppose, with our starter house built in episode 2. This thing is actually crazy. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. I don't have a jetpack, but I suppose that gives us a perfect excuse to go inside and charge it up next to our fan array that has been so helpful this entire time, using the sails brought by Create Dreams and Desires, all the freezing, haunting, splashing, etc. We have a bunch of tiny little farms for precision mechanisms, all the other mechanism things that were added by Dreams and Desires as well. We have all of the workbenches right here, an insane number of them, a bunch of other micro farms and stuff, our massive storage system that holds an awful lot of items. 87,000 iron ingots. Oh my goodness. Speaking of those iron ingots, those are being made over here in our, oh no, it's still here, in our drill machines that are hidden in these kind of micro, I guess, green areas. With trees on top, custom trees, may I add, looking good. But these farms using Create Dreams and Desire milkshakes and stuff to generate a bunch of different types of ores and stuff that we crush and wash into actual ores. And the same thing happening over here, you can see our copper one running as we speak. We also have our andesite, diorite, and granite farm, which honestly doesn't need to run anymore because it's so efficient. Our enchanting setup and our enchantment building, this one, honestly, I think I could have done better on just because the line is in line with our farming district thing here, so it kind of just looks like a roof, so I wish I did better on that, but the conservatory dome thing, I'm very, very proud of. So, honestly, I think this building is my only gripe with the entire base. I think if I made this a little bit better, I would have no notes to add. I love the silos. These are easily my favorite build I've ever made. It is, I think, more punky than solary, but it just feels so natural. Like if I made this a bigger city with more stuff in it, I think these would have crushed. I kind of want to revisit this like tight style, but just the entirety of the base. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. If you have any good recommendations for builders that are good at that type of thing, definitely let me know. But I love this style of like, there's tall buildings everywhere, there's tight cramped spaces that you can walk through and visit, and like I never need to go over here unless I need to access our steam engines and stuff. But like if my base was like this, it would be so cool, like the whole thing. So I think maybe in future seasons, not the one upcoming. The one upcoming is like the most open space ever. I may want to revisit this idea and have just a tight knit base. But I mean, with the Create mod, that's gonna be so laggy. We also have our Stargaze Singularity farms for all the infinite blocks. Honestly, I could have done better with this room. I didn't really know what to do with it. I was just gonna make it like a little seating area, but that seemed kind of lame. And then the church. This is probably my favorite build until we get to the townhouses, but I've always wanted to build a Gothic cathedral. I think this is a good first step. I think in the future, I'll make these pillars taller and just the build itself more standy and tall. I think I could have made this roof like way taller, but I think it was a good choice to keep it this high because I don't think it would have fit the scale of the base if it was as big as I was kind of hoping for. But this turned out really nicely. I definitely stole some inspiration from a bunch of things online. Like these windows were definitely yoinked. They're so nice. But I'm very pleased with how this turned out. The interior of this build is probably my favorite interior that I've ever seen. The arches are my favorite part. The chandeliers are so easy to make. Everyone was saying on the Create-O-Holics server that the chandeliers are so nice. Dude, the arches just look so good. Like, they're so clean. I have saved copies of these arches because I love them so much. They're just so nice. But enough gushing about this. Let's continue on with our builds. I mean, the Stargaze Singularity needed to be made with a farm over here, so we had to make a full new section to our base. A little kind of townhouse village with a really cute bridge over here. Honestly, big fan of the bridge. I think it could have done better, but this angle, adorable. Just so nice. Cute little bridge over the river into a little townhouse vibe. So nice. Again, I kind of want to do this type of style more, but it's so difficult to do. I honestly, in my defense, I do plan on doing this, and I have kind of done this in my vanilla survival world, which has 4 episodes in 2 years, but it's just so nice. I mean, the block palette that we have available with Create mod blocks like limestone is just elite. And inside of here, we have our Stargaze Singularity farm, which is gigantic and apparently overstressed, but massive. I mean, we make more than 1 Stargaze Singularity an hour. These things are not useful once you have more than 20 of them. Like, they're so overkill. And this took a full episode to make. I bet you can understand why. I think another episode to put into the world, or maybe I just did it in one episode because I'm insane. This is Stream's milkshake factory, which we synced up with the Stargate Singularity Farm because we need every single milkshake, including some, I don't even know what this is, goop, chromatic waste. Oh, didn't mean to do that. And then I think the final thing that we need to cover, oh, I guess the train station. Let's go over there. The train station's a pretty big one. Our walkway over to the train station has definitely changed from what it was originally. I'm a big fan of our custom trees. I don't think the train station fits, the outside at least. I don't think it fits with the rest of the village that we have here. I think if I were to do this again, these silos work, this little house works, the row houses work, the church not so much, our big starter base not so much. These things feel a little bit out of place, but I don't know if you remember my first ever series, the 50 episodes in single player on the Mr. Beardstones pack. My biggest gripe was that nothing really matched. I made 3 big factories and then a Kindle archway, but nothing ever really matched up. I definitely stuck to a theme here, so I'm very proud about how this turned out. We'll get to you later. Very proud with how this turned out theme-wise, and I think for next time, I can get even better with the theme because I think I switched too much between like the hyper glass and stuff. Differs really, really deeply with this style over here. And I honestly like this style, whatever we have with the silos and this little building, I like that more. I mean, it's good. The silos were, I actually think like my second build. So maybe I haven't improved too much, but this was one of my later builds and was something that I just built off the cuff. And it's just such a nice little shack. I'm such a big fan of it. I think it turned out really well. But let's get on to the big boy. Our train station, the interior of this thing is absolutely incredible. It's so nice. But I think it doesn't fit in with the rest of the town because it's just so big. But I do need to work on scale theming. I don't even know what you call it. I'm not a builder if you couldn't believe it. Speaking about scale theming, this bad boy, a little bit large. This was fully just to cover up a shoot tower into the sky to get to Y256 for the Stargate Singularity Farm. I needed a way to cover it. I wanted to build a castle-like structure because I'm scared of building castles. And it only took me a week to fully build and get in survival. In the grand scheme of things, that is so fast. It doesn't have a lot of detail. It doesn't have an interior, but oh man, is this so nice to look at. Like, it looks cool. I love the arches. It gives B-dubs vibes because I stole the idea of like something far off in the distance with like some Archie boys and then a thing at the end. So kind of stole it from him. Definitely so different. Like not even remotely similar. I think it turned out really, really nicely. But again, theming. I get that it's old civilization clock tower, but why is it huge? You know? I think it turned out really well. I think this was the best bet for, like, I don't think I could have tied it into Escargaria because it wouldn't make any sense. So I think it was a good bet, but it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then I think that's all. I was very critical just then of everything that we've built, but that's because I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to get better. And that's how you do it. You gotta be mean to yourself. And I genuinely think this is the most and best creative thing that I've ever done in a purely artistic sense. I am very much a engineer type person. I do engineering stuff for work, not like actual engineering, but that vibe. And I do not do art. This is the second time I've ever built a Minecraft world to completion, in quotes-ish, and I have big plans for next time. So if you've somehow gotten to episode 28 of this series and are not subscribed, what are you doing? Like, really, you could throw a dog a bone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to click the subscribe button, and it gives me so much dopamine to watch the number go up. But you want to know what's more important than clicking subscribe? Just watching all my other videos. So I have like 4,000. No, I don't. I have 400, I think. Watch them all. I'm gonna kill your family. Whoever voted for Phantoms, you got what you wanted. Pain and suffering. We could have had something cool. I forget what it was. I wasn't really playing Minecraft at that time because I was a teenager and all angsty. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, please like and subscribe. I have merch. If you want to get it before Christmas, order it now-ish. It will definitely arrive in time if you do. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. My two favorite things are the embroidered t-shirt, and the kindling sweatpants. Both of the kindling ones, so nice. I'm wearing them right now. They're so comfy. I cannot stress this enough. But that'll be it. I hope you enjoyed this season, and I will see you all in season 2 of Create-O-Holics, or it's gonna go crazy. All right, have a good one. Peace.